for now until they go out and do their thing. That they're always going to be Jimmy Lang's twins.
That's right.
They're going to have to make their own way the hard way. They're going to have to abuse. Yeah.
So although we're worldwide, we're big in Southeast Asia and different.
Everybody's big in Southeast Asia. All you have to
I want to go local. I want to go local Washington.
You hear that joke? That was a very racist joke. You have to be 4'9" to be large in Southeast Asia. They can cut that out later.
I don't get it. They can cut that out later.
Cut it out. Jump cut. Eric, very racist.
So there's
as long as
some people.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's some people that are very up in arms about a tweet that one of the Washington Redskins just made.
I was going to bring this up to you.
Okay.
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
All right. So what happened was a D-line, Jonathan Allen, he had an answer. He said, what was it? He said, if you could have,
who would you like to have a meal with? Like,
yes. So someone asked him who 3 people you would like to have a meal with, and he said his grandfather, Michael Jackson,
and Adolf Hitler. Yeah,
and
Hitler. Yeah. I mean,
I don't see the fucking problem.
I mean, a pedophile and like the most evil guy in the world. Again, I see no problem with it because that's his opinion. He wants to learn from people. And Michael Jackson, again, we didn't talk about him in the best front man because he wasn't part of a band. But you talk about the best front man.
Michael Jackson is a fucking beast.
He's a fucking beast. I mean, of course, MJ. But what I'd most like to say,
and I don't know, I can't comment on the pedophile shit because you hear so much shit. I've never. I mean, if it looks
a lot, I don't know. It's seems not 85, but either way, it's Michael Jackson. He
was a weird guy. He was
very
a weird fucking guy. Maybe that's what happens when at fucking 5 your childhood is taken away from you.
I'm pretty sure he was probably if he was probably abused as a kid. Not that excuses anything, but Michael was probably whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's pretend. Either way, let me pretend that Michael Jackson isn't a pedophile. He's not very much fun to hang out with. In real life, he sat there looking like a princess. He was interesting on stage creatively, but he was not like a fucking fun guy to hang out with. And conversely, Adolf Hitler, and I know this because I'm a history buff, behind closed doors while you were sitting around eating dinner with Adolf Hitler, you know what he was talking about? How the Jews had lice and how the Jews were terrible and how the Jews were diseased. He was no fucking picnic to hang out with either. So that would be the worst dinner ever. I don't know if his father could crack some jokes or if he thinks that it would be fucking somehow he's going to pull some stuff out of two of the most boring people. Forget the fact that Hitler killed Jews and forget the fact that Michael Jackson, may have touched kids. Their personalities were not good. They weren't like fucking picnics.
You're getting off the subject. So,
but I'm on subject. I'm trying to tell him it's his
fucking dinner, and he's got to write.
I'm just telling you, he's fucking his
reasoning.
Dinner host.
His reasoning for picking Hitler. I guess he didn't have to pick.
He's a history buff and wanted to ask questions.
He's very interested. He's obsessed with like military tactics and things like that.
Should have gone with Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan. Hitler law. Genghis Khan means shit, dude. Get your shit together. What a terrible fucking choice.
Well, they're saying that he hurt that people are hurt by this tweet, and far be it from me to trounce on somebody's feelings, but I think we got to fucking grow up. Because I think it's a legit person to say whether or not Beans thinks it's interesting or not, but that's a pretty fucking interesting person. I'm not gonna pick somebody.
But you see how people would be offended by that.
The freaks people out.
They might see that you like Hitler. You know, that's how they're seeing it.
Hey,
I respect it.
maybe you want
I
to have
respect
dinner
it.
with him so you can beat his ass. I don't know.
I agree, but
No,
I mean,
or you
I
can
just think it
learn
was a
from it.
stupid answer, regardless of if he wanted to say it or not, and it's his opinion. But you know, you're putting that shit out there. You're a guy. Your owner's a Jewish guy. I mean, it's stupid. It just seems like it's a stupid answer.
You're right. The owner's a Jewish guy. Now the answer is so much smarter right now. It's such a better. I'm starting to respect.
I'm not saying
it.
that I think that I think he meant anything by it. I
What
just think it
would
was
you
just kind of
say-
stupid to write.
What
put
would
out
you?
there.
All right. If you had one question to ask Adolf Hitler, what would you guys ask him?
I'm not interested in Hitler, but I could see how somebody would be.
Well, no, I'm telling you. If you have one question to bring Hitler back, he's in front of you, and he's right there with you for a second, completely engaged, and he's got to fucking answer the question. Like, what would you ask him?
I don't care. I mean, to fucking talk to
Dude,
him.
you got. I don't care what you want to talk. It's
Did they ever find his body?
Dude, shut the fuck up and answer the question. What would you answer?
Okay.
I mean, what do you,
Can I ask you a question? Did they ever
I
find
don't
his
want to
body?
answer a question. Hitler. You know what?
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Hitler.
Did they ever find Hitler's body?
Dude, of course, it's not. No, of course not. It
Okay,
was all
so
bullshit.
I would ask him if he how did he die?
That's a great question. Like, how did you? Because he apparently had a kid in Argentina, Black Hitler. He had a Black Hitler kid with a black woman. He went and had a black child. That
Would be the only.
And by the way,
I would have
This conversation has gone downhill.
no, it hasn't. This is fucking awesome. You guys just don't
We're
want to
talking about black Nazi kids from Hitler now.
I'm having a great time. I think that for somebody to say that causes grief and pain.
I don't see how that could cause any grief.
I don't
It's a
care what
stupid thing
people
to say.
cause. I don't care what people think about their grief and pain. They're pathetic, ridiculous, sad lives and opinions.
What about his right to
Don't matter.
fucking say what he wants?
That's the part that I care about. The guy actually fucking had balls enough to say what he felt in his heart. He wanted to hang out with Michael Jackson and Hitler. First of all, putting the two of them at a table would be one of the most fucking interesting things in the world. Can you imagine Michael Jackson and Hitler sitting next to each other? That'd be hilarious. Even if they're both horrible people, it would be so awkward. Just to get a picture of your grandfather, yourself, Michael Jackson, and Hitler together.
And we still don't know what his grandfather's like.
His grandfather might have been the cut up. Might have been like
He might have been Jack the Ripper. Who knows?
that he might have been like Richard Pryor, just coming in there firing away. You know, but again, that's his opinion, man. I mean, how are you going to shit on somebody's opinion? You know what I mean? Like,
He should be careful. And he's got to be like, not that whatever.
I don't give a shit about care.
You're 100% correct, and it's a fucking shame. You're correct. He should have been careful, but that's a shame.
Because you wouldn't have said that if you were asked that.
I would say whatever the fuck I felt like saying, and he said whatever the fuck he felt like saying. And enough being careful. I hate people that are careful. That's why people are pussies. I'm sick of pussies. I don't want any fucking careful. Don't be careful with words, thoughts. If somebody asks your opinion, give them your fucking opinion. Don't apologize for it. Own your words and fucking move on. And if people are offended, fuck them. That's their problem. They can suck.
I agree.
Yes,
Exactly what you said.
I agree, but I also agree with my point that in his position, he should have known that is touchy subject, and he should have been more careful.
I mean, he was pretty sweet. He was a hell of a. I mean, if you want to go out to have, talk about Hitler, why'd you do what you did? Why did you hate the Jews? Do you regret hating the Jews? What did you do with your body? I mean, there's a lot of great historical questions. You can't just shun a guy because he was a fucking. And Hitler's not the worst mass killer in history. He's the one that gets the worst rap. But I mean, Hitler was funded by a lot of the companies right now that are making our pharmaceutical products. So is Hitler that bad? A hell of a lot of the United States companies right now today that we're pumping shit into our bodies supported Adolf Hitler directly.